And I might have an honorable mention on here. How long we been talking?
It's fine. I want to hear the honorable mention.
This was an honorable mention where I thought I was going to die, and I was unbelievably freaked out. And so this is when I hadn't been on very long at all on the Vice Branch.
Okay.
And RJ and D were following me.
Okay.
And of course, the transmitting devices wasn't working properly. So they said, what we're going to do on this is we're going to be waiting for you at 1500 Alabama in the 70 parking lot because we can't hear anything.
Okay.
I said, okay. So I'm driving, and then without telling me, RJ, he was following me with D. He decided I'm going to try to follow him. So I'm just driving along, and then I make a left turn on 15th Street. And what do I see? This is, like I said, 89, 90. In this area, we had, at that time, they were known as he, she's, or impersonators, the men that like to dress like women.
Yes.
And I would say 95% of them did a pretty good job. You know, you wouldn't know from a distance, you know.
Yeah.
But as I turn the corner, I'm looking at something. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I thought, okay, it's like Shirley Temple invaded the body of Lawrence Taylor and said, you're going to wear my Shirley Temple, outfit. He had the little Shirley Temple shorts and little Shirley Temple shirt with the Oxford shoes. And he had on the Shirley Temple wig with the curls, you know how the curls would hang down.
Oh my!
And the fake like Lollipop.
Oh,
he went all fucking out.
Oh,
and he was about 5'10" and 235 pounds.
Okay.
Unbelievably muscular, cut up, which meant he never touched a weight a day in his life, of course.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I got to find out what's going on here. I have to investigate further.
Yes.
This dude jumps into the car, and he's trying to talk like Shirley Temple like this. And he's telling me how much he likes me and how he wants to get with me, but it's going to cost me some money. And he says that he'll give me head, and it'll only cost me about $20.
Okay.
And he goes, do you have a place to go? I said, I think I do have a place to go. And at this time, I'm driving a pickup truck. And this is when we were carrying 357 Magnums, chrome-plated.
The hand cannon. Yes.
The hand cannon. And so I had to have this under my leg. There was no place to hide it in this truck.
Yeah.
So I said, I've got a place where I can go, little Shirley Temple Taylor. And I'm thinking in my head, this guy is going to be a handful, because at this time, I had lost a whole bunch of weight. I went from like 190 to 175.
Okay.
And I had lost a bunch of weight. So this guy had about 60 pounds on me, strong as fuck.
Right.
And so I'm thinking, this guy's going to be a handful. This takedown has to be done perfect. So when I pull in here with RJ and D, I'm going to have to think of something so we have an advantage over this guy, because this guy could probably toss me and RJ around like we owed him money. And I pull into the lot at 1500 Alabama, where they're supposed to be parked next to a building. They're not there. Unbeknownst to me, RJ tried to follow me and immediately lost me. And they had no idea where I was.
Okay. All right.
So I'm like, fuck, I'm on my own with this maniac child star wannabe. And so the next technique we would use was we would park up next to like a building or like a telephone pole on the passenger side so they couldn't escape.
Right.
Well, after this, I quit using that technique, because what this does is they can't escape through the passenger door, so they have to go out over you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when I pulled up next to this telephone pole, this guy looked at it, and I never heard of this guy before. He was a seasoned veteran at this.
Okay.
And what I did not know at the time, the guy was a maniac, and 3 or 4 years earlier, he beat the shit out of 3 or 4 vice cops when they tried to arrest him for prostitution, what I was going to lock him up for. And one, he almost bit off the finger of one guy.
Oh,
so
shit.
I'm dealing, not knowing, I'm dealing with a maniac.
Okay.
So he looks at that door. He goes, I can't get my door open. I said, well, the reason you can't do that is because I'm a police officer and you're under arrest for prostitution. And all of a sudden, the Shirley Temple voice went from, oh, would you like some head, to, motherfucker, I'm getting out of this motherfucker car now. And I was like, and so he started throwing punches at me, and I was able to use my right hand to block him. And then I'm trying to protect myself by punching him back. And then we're in a fight. And he's using that passage to door for leverage to push against me. And when he pushes on me, at 357 falls to the floor. He sees it. He starts reaching down to grab it.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to hold on to him. I got both hands holding him on from trying to kill me. And I'm looking down at that gun, and he's reaching for it. I'm like, man, if he gets hold of that gun, I'm fucking dead.
Yeah.
And, and I'm going to be killed, and the suspect is going to be
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple, blonde hair with the lollipop and the 357. And, luckily I had rolled my window down because it was hot and there's no air conditioning, and that truck was a piece of shit.
Right.
So I was able to take this guy, all 230 pounds of him, and shove his head through the open door or open window and keep shoving him out the front door.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I was so lucky. And I reached in, grabbed my radio, and I took my gun and shoved it in the back of my pants, and I took off running after him. And I thought, man, this dude is strong as fuck, And he ran through this open gate of this yard, and he didn't realize that he had trapped himself in there.
Okay.
And again, the only way to come out was back through that gate. So when he realized he was trapped, he come running right back at me, and I said, man, this is like a freight train. I said, I got to stop this right now. And I'm not saying I'm Steven Seagal or anybody, but I knew what I had to do. I just punched him dead in the chest, right below the neck.
Okay.
And that he kind of spun around. And the house, the backyard that we were in, is one of the urban pioneers, the rich white people that wanted to live as close to the hood as they could.
Yes.
In the 100-some-year-old house. Well, I didn't know this guy had his prize garden with these beautiful ripe tomatoes. And this guy goes flying back, and he falls on his tomatoes. He comes up again, comes at me. I got to hit him dead right in the chest again. And because I'm not going to shoot the guy.
Right.
And I'm not going to let him get a hold of me, because then it's over for me. Hit him in the chest again. He falls back like tomatoes. And he got up so many times I had to knock him down. I didn't know it, but he just blasted these guys' tomatoes everywhere. Finally, RJ and D get up there, and they come running up. And by this time, the guy is exhausted, and he complies.
Yeah.
And then the homeowner comes out and goes, it's about time you guys did something about these prostitutes. We're so sick of them. And he looks over and he goes, my tomatoes! I've been trying to grow tomatoes for years, and this is the best batch I've had. And they're crying. And I was like, sorry, dude, we got to go. And out we went.
Sorry about your tomatoes.
Shirley Temple. Yeah, sorry about your tomatoes, but Shirley Temple, she put up a fight.
Oh, my gosh. So did she indeed have a lollipop?
It was like a prop lollipop.
Really?
Oh, look at me. Yeah, so she could lick on it. Hey, look at me, fellas. Slurp.
Slurp.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I tell you what, again, that would have been another bad chaplain visit.
Yes,
so
that would have been.
What happened to Super E? Well, he was killed by a 235-pound Shirley Temple lookalike.
And also, Buffy and Jody kicked the shit out of him, too.
Right. Holy moly, Super E, you have dodged a bullet, literally.
Several bullets, several ass kissings. the traumatic whipped cream death.
Yes. Oh, boy. Okay, here's the deal. Some of them a little humorous, still very harrowing, very scary.
every one of them at the time were extremely scary.
Absolutely. Oh boy. Well, I tell you, you have informed and entertained us with your. Well, you didn't entertain us by getting shot. I take that
exactly.
back. The Shirley Temple, a little entertaining.
Yes, it was.
Pretty scary stuff. Super.
Yes, it was.
And we're all glad you're still here.
So everybody pray for our law enforcement officers out there. They got a lot tougher than we did.
I mean, absolutely. You know, I just don't know if people realize what it is that cops have to do.
Oh man, it's horrible.
You know, it's some of these other episodes we've talked about how dirty and filthy it can be, i.e. the lady crapping all over our buddy Big D.
Oh yeah.
We've got you're getting shot, you're getting guns pointed at you. You survived a potential serial killing, and then survived the Shirley Temple MMA fight.
Yeah, and then we didn't even mention where the Amazon chick almost stabbed me in the neck about 10 times. And then when I was able to keep the knife from going in my neck, the responding officers automatically thought, oh, the guy in the car must be hurting her. They put the gun to my head and said, we're going to blow your head off.